Hello, I'm here with Fiona Lowbridge, Vice President of Client Success for ALOM, and one of the winners of this year's Women in Supply Chain Award presented by Supply and Demand Chain Executive. Fiona, first off, congratulations on this win, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here and honored to be sharing this title with so many fabulous, amazing women.
Oh, I absolutely love that. So, Fiona, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your company and kind of how you got to this point in your career?
Sure. Well, I was born and raised in Ireland and joined the supply chain industry in 1999 and was working for a global company. It wasn't an industry that I was necessarily looking to get into, but found myself in and fortunately have been very successful in. I relocated from Ireland to the Bay Area in 2009. And again, that was just an opportunity was presented to me by our corporate team to join the global team out here in the Bay Area and manage one of our largest clients. So I was apprehensive at first because it was moving to a new country, which was never on my agenda. And also coming out here not knowing anybody and coming out alone. So it posed a lot of challenges to me, but I guess I was scared but excited at the same time and welcomed the opportunity to come out here and see what the United States has to offer me. So fortunately, it's been one of the best decisions that I ever made. I love my life in San Francisco, and I'm working for an amazing company now, ALOM, which really just fits very, very nicely with me in terms of the values that I have in my personal life, in my career, and also with the companies that I choose to work for.
So what kind of attributes do you think a successful supply chain leader or a leader in general should have?
I think that one of the most important things from my perspective really is your word is your bond. I mean, you have to be prepared to go the extra mile to deliver against what you're saying to your clients or to your internal stakeholders. I really feel that the relationships that I've managed to build and be successful in have been driven by the fact that I will make sure that I deliver against my commitments. Also, being a leader, it's very, very important that I provide the support to my team to ensure their success. To make sure that we can deliver against our commitments. So always being available, working with them to make sure that they can be the best that they can possibly be. Also, it's very important to be able to build relationships. And I think that building the relationship, a lot of that comes down to your individual's confidence in your ability to deliver against your commitments and what you've said that you're going to. And also, I think it's important to challenge the status quo all the time, to be very, very picky on asking questions and why things are being done a certain way and trying to always bring value to whatever it is that you're doing on a daily basis.
So, as you probably know, the supply chain industry has encountered a plethora of challenges over the last 18 months. So how have you and your team and your company worked to kind of overcome some of these challenges?
Well, we've successfully pivoted over the last year and a half going through COVID. It was definitely a very challenging time for us, and we were concerned about how our business was going to be successful through this time. A lot of what we do is really understanding the supply base and understanding the inbound and outbound from a client perspective. And what we found is that, through data, we can provide a lot of insights to our clients to allow them make informed decisions and that impacts their supply chain. So we've encountered so many challenges over the last year with product coming in, getting product out of certain countries, getting product into certain countries. But fortunately, with the systems that we've developed and built within ALOM, it has allowed us to really be able to get ahead of the curve and provide our clients with the visibility that they need to drive their business forward and ensure that they have inventory available where it needs to be in the world and get it into their clients' hands as quickly as possible.
So the supply chain industry has traditionally been a male-dominated industry. We do see that changing. What is it like being, a woman in a traditionally male-dominated industry?
Well, to be honest with you, part of my success has definitely been a lot of senior leaders that I've worked with were mostly male. So it's definitely been a very positive impact for me. I feel that, having said that, I feel that diversity in the workplace is extremely important, and whether that's from a sexual perspective or a female or male perspective, or color or race or whatever. I think that the more diversity that you have within a workplace, it's beneficial for everybody. Fresh ideas are born that way. There's a lot more creative thinking. I feel that, again, my success has been the commitment that I bring, and whether it's to my clients or whether it's to my internal stakeholders. If you deliver against what you're committed to, I think whether you're male or female doesn't really come into it to play. And the same applies, I have to say, from a client perspective. They really don't care whether it's a male or female managing their business, but what's really important is that you get the job done and you deliver against what you've committed to. So I think that diversity as a whole is definitely welcomed within our industry, and I'm certainly excited to see that it's happening. And part of what I do within my job as well is it's really working to promote and develop from within. So trying to make this an industry that both females and males can see a definite career path for themselves and a way forward, and that I remove obstacles out of the way to help them develop and to be successful. So that's certainly my experience.
So you touch on a very good point. You know, what are you kind of doing to help kind of retain some of these talented women within the organization, as well as go out and recruit talented women to your organization?
Yeah, well, again, as I said, one of the main things I try to focus on and drill into my team, especially at a leadership level, is identifying the strengths that we have within our organization. And traditionally, a lot of companies would have been looking at the weaknesses, and let's develop a very strong training plan around the weaknesses that these individuals have, rather than really understanding that each individual has certain strengths in certain areas. And if you can tap into that strength, then bringing the team together, you're actually more successful as a whole. So it's really leading my team into identifying the strengths within each of our individuals, and then finding the perfect role for them within that, where they can really excel within that strength that they bring to the team. And then promoting from within and being able to provide opportunities to individuals to continue to move up within the organization. It's extremely difficult to find really good staff. So once you have them, the most important thing that you can do is retain them. And retaining them means, you know, that they get job satisfaction, that they feel that they're being rewarded, that they feel that they're being recognized, that their voice is heard, and that they have a clear path to development and continue to grow. And I do feel that, you know, I have a large number of females on my team, my extended team, and we've promoted a record number in the last year and a half with what we've been going through. So, and I find that that's really, really good, because women too can also bring emotion into the workplace. And I feel that that's extremely important, the passion and emotion, to really, you know, build relationships, strengthen what we do as a team, and really propel our business forward.
So what advice do you have for those starting out in the supply industry?
Well, my advice to anybody starting out within the industry is to believe in yourself, and that your word has to be your bond. Don't let anybody stand in the way of your success. You really have to believe in yourself and believe in your ability to do it. I think that if you're passionate about it, and you really take the time to understand your business and take the time to own it, and really want to drive it forward, I feel that will, if anybody is doing that, they're going to be recognized within whatever industry that they're working in, and they will be rewarded for it and be very, very successful.
So how does it feel to be named as one of Supply and Demand Chain Executive's top women in supply chain?
I'm super proud of this achievement, I have to say. You know, as I was coming up through the ranks of my career, as I said, I've had many, many strong male leaders that helped me on my way and really cleared the path for my development. And I remember having a conversation with one back in Ireland when I was promoted to the leadership group of the plant back there. I joined as director. I was promoted to director of account management, and he said to me, you know, what you have achieved as a female within an island off an island with a large company, there aren't too many that actually have achieved that, and you should be very proud of yourself. And I guess it's probably the Irish mentality. We're definitely not raised to blow our own trumpet or to be aware of our own successes. But I have to say, when things like this happen and I'm recognized for what I do, I get up every morning. I love my job. I'm very passionate about it, and I just do the right things for the right reasons. So it just comes naturally to me. So I think when I'm recognized like this, it really makes it extra special. And I stand back for a minute and think, yeah, you know what, you've done pretty good for yourself. Well done.
Well, thank you very much for everything that you do and that your company does to keep the supply chain moving and safe and efficient. It's definitely being recognized. So thank you so much, Fiona Lowbridge, Vice President of Client Success for ALOM and one of the recipients of Supply and Demand Chain Executives Women in Supply Chain Award. To learn more about Fiona, go to sdcexec.com.
Thank you, Marina.